Well, hello there. I'm Professor Will Pines, and we live in a world filled with bizarre creatures called Pokémon. But no place has stranger Pokémon than the kooky stuff we have here in the Hoh'ax region. So, stop on by the Pokémon Research Shack, where I'm always busy studying some really messed up and rare Pokémon. You won't want to miss any of these new discoveries. Tours are available at a super reasonable price. Come visit whenever you can, whenever you can. You can edit that out, right?
Oh yeah, dude, no problem.
The Pokémon Research Shack, where mystery becomes reality. You're currently riding the bus on your way to the little-known Hoh'ax region. As you putter along, you get the chance to make your character. All of the options would be available to you, male, female, non-binary, skin tone, hairstyles, all the fun, fiddly little details. But for the purposes of this series, say hello to your character, Mason. You continue driving along the winding alpine roads, but you aren't alone. Sitting in the bus seat next to you is your twin sister, Maple.
I can't wait to finally meet our great uncle. I never even knew he was a Pokémon professor. And that shack he works at, so mysterious. But he's probably gonna let us play with all his experiments. And we'll make friends with all the tourists and all the people in town. I've got a feeling that staying with Grunkle will be the best summer ever. Oh, look, we must be getting close.
Your bus pulls off the highway and passes between two towering cliff faces and beneath a bridge high above. The Hoh'ax region is quite small, but almost entirely cut off by sheer cliffs on all sides. Off to the east and west, in the distance, you can see a couple of massive waterfalls, which you can only assume is where the one town of the Hoh'ax region gets its name, Twin Falls. After a couple more turns, the bus stops and you and Maple hop out. Before you is the Pokémon Research Shack. It's definitely not like any research center you've ever seen before. Honestly, it's kind of a dump. There's a recently patched, giant hole in the roof, assorted junk and knickknacks are strewn about, and the whole operation looks more like a cheap tourist attraction than anything else. The bus drives away and you are left alone. You and Maple take a step towards the entrance when a small explosion of smoke in the doorway stops you, and out walks the professor. Kids, you made it! Oh, I can't believe I finally get to meet you two. I've always meant to visit, but I just get so busy with my, research.
What do you do here?
Pokemon-y, researchy things. With the numbers and the data and the... Well, it's too complicated to get into now. Just know that this region has some super strange Pokemon. I swear, it's like all the oddballs are just drawn to this area. Like you do. Couple oddballs, you two.
I take that as a compliment. So, when do we get to help with experiments or give tours to tourists or whatever?
Oh yeah, I suppose you two are just gonna have to be my little research assistants, eh? I have a couple other research assistants, but I've got to actually pay those too. So having some free help, family around is gonna be great.
Research assistants Maple and Mason reporting for duty, Grunkle Will.
You two have a lot of pep in your step. I like that. But hold your ponytas. I told you that the Hoh'ax region is full of strange Pokemon, and that also means that it's pretty dangerous out here. You may just need some traveling companions to help keep you safe.
What? Are you gonna give us Pokemon? No way!
Oh yeah, come on into the lab. I can guarantee that you won't have seen anything like these before. You see, even though the area around Twin Falls isn't particularly big, it is jammed-packed with Pokemon that can't be found anywhere else in the world. Again, it's like strange stuff is drawn here. Okay, these three are some recent discoveries. Let me know which one you would like to join you. Alrighty, the professor has 3 starter options for you. Let's take a look at them. Now, with these starters, I'm going to be keeping the inspiration for the final stage a secret for now. So all you get to know is that we've got a pretty stinking cute little bunny to work with. If you think you may know where the design will end up, I'd love to hear your guess below. Things that I wanted to work in here were a big bushy tail and eyes that kind of look like glasses. Personality-wise, this starter is the curious and clever one. Oh, and also, I just made it really, really adorable because if you know me, you know that I absolutely love bunnies. Like, bunnies are kind of my favorite animal. So yeah, let's go ahead and say hello to the first Pokemon of the region. This is Shrubbun, the bunny Pokemon. This curious grass type prefers to hide in vegetation and observe others battling. Only when they have studied their subject will a Shrubbun leap out of their hiding spot to say hello. They are very clever and often use their cuteness to avoid having to battle at all. Like most starters, its ability is Overgrow, so that powers up grass-type moves in a pinch, though its hidden ability gets to be Cute Charm, because again, it's just a little cutie. It is certainly curious about you and would love to join you on your journey, but let's take a look at the next starter. Oh yeah, we've got a tiny little goat. And before we go any further, I'll just let you know that it being a goat has absolutely nothing to do with the whole fire starters need to be based on the Chinese zodiac animal thing. It is 100% a coincidence, and there is another reason that we're doing a goat. Again, I'm not going to give away the line's final inspiration, but if you have a guess, feel free to share it below. Personality-wise, this little guy is our goofy and clumsy little buddy. I think the eyes and expression sell that pretty well, and the only other detail that was pretty important are these weird little flaps of fur hanging off of its back. Okay, but other than that, we have a nice little goofball. Let's go ahead and say hello to Flambilli, the fire goat Pokemon. When this clumsy goat gets worked up, their tail fire explodes and launches them forward. A combination of the forward momentum and their incredibly tough skulls leads to powerful headbutts. Flambilli are playful and helpful, often trying to drape their woolly shawl over others to warm them. And its ability is Blaze, like other fire starters, though its hidden ability is Unaware. It blinks up at you with a somewhat vacant expression, but you have no doubt it would be a loyal companion. Alright, next up, time for a slithering little friend. I knew that I wanted to do a snake as it works as a great starting point for the final inspiration that this line gets to, but I was a little worried that a snake might read as just a bit plain. Luckily, by working with the personality, which this little goober is incredibly shy, I was able to add this adorable and thematic hood. And with a couple back spikes to break up the silhouette a tad more, we get a really solid snake design. Also, when we get to it, this also has a really good shiny. I mean, they all have really solid shinies, but in my opinion, I just love how the eyes turned out. You'll see anyway. Okay, let's meet our final option. This is Coybra, the shy snake Pokemon. These elusive serpents are very mistrusting and rarely approach others. When startled, they produce billowing clouds of mist and retreat. Those who manage to befriend a Coybra will find a trusted companion. They love staying warm by napping draped around their trainer's shoulders. And its ability, again like water starters, is Torrent, though hidden ability is Swift Swim. The little serpent is very uncertain, but you're sure it would warm up to you in no time. Now, this is not a bad little trio to choose from, but luckily, for the purposes of this series, we are going to say that you are able to take all three with you. I mean, that way it'll be easier when they eventually evolve. But if you could only pick one, who would you choose? You'll have to let me know down in the comments below. Now, Maple goes ahead and picks her starter, which happens to be weak to your choice, but that doesn't quell her eagerness to battle.
All right, I think it's time for a twin Pokemon battle. You're going down.
Whoa. Easy there, Incineroar. I get that you're excited to challenge your sibling, but Pokemon battles
are serious things. They can be extremely dangerous and destructive, and I don't want you breaking my stuff, so go outside and fight, fight, fight!
Yeah, Pokemon battle time!
Back outside, you start your first battle. The two of your starters are at such a low level that it takes a while of them batting at one another before you are finally able to knock out Maple's Pokemon.
No fair! I was at a type disadvantage. No, I mean you got lucky.
Don't worry, Slugger. You'll get them next time. Alright, you two. Now, before I let you just run off and explore the region, I've got a special project that I'm gonna need your help with. So follow me inside, and I'll fill you in on the situation. But we'll pick up with Professor Pine's mission for you in the next episode. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are excited for the series, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later, nerds.